Hey, JayborinoPlays here. This is Starcraft 1 Retribution. 7th mission of the Terran campaign, Cornucopia. Build a base and reclaim the resources that the Iridians need.
The Protoss have seized a dense vein of crystals used by the Iridians to supply their troops. You must help re-establish the supply lines to this key resource area. A command center and a group of SCVs have been dispatched to rebuild a base in this region. But Protoss troops are now blocking the entrance to the canyon containing the minerals. Take your regiment and eliminate the Protoss guarding the passage. Once you've cleared the way and established a base, eliminate the Protoss threat to the area with extreme prejudice.
No probs, Jensen. Free the pass so that the SCVs can get through and help build a base. Set up a base in the area to harvest the massive vein of crystals. Eliminate the Protoss threat in the area. Alrighty. Let's get going. Let's see what we got. Bump up that game speed right away. Okay, let's lock my screen region so my mouse stays on the screen. And let's use some wraiths and see what we're really dealing with here. Gotta be maybe a little careful. Okay, so here's the command center. And this is what we have to kill. Is there gonna be anything between that and us? I'm not sure. We also have a dropship. Okay, well, there's one zealot. I suppose let's just go and kill it. Get some fire bats. We got a nice little regiment of troops here. All right, let's get this guy now. That was a little more time consuming than I expected, to be honest. Okay, so let's head down here with my main group, and then wraiths we're gonna keep using to do a scout. I could go and I don't want to get close to that command center. Honestly, I'm afraid that if I get too close to it, it'll come under my control, and that will make all the enemy units around it become aggressive or something. I don't know. It depends on how close the enemy units are to it. Not seeing any other enemy units, and you know, trying to be a little careful here. I don't want to like run into a cannon or something.
Attack formation.
Okay, so there's that.
Attack formation. Roger. Attack formation.
And this seems like what we're dealing with here. All right, there's a Reaver. All right, back up, back up. Well, we drew the Dragoon out. Is it going to chase me the whole way? So we have a Reaver, some cannons, and Zealots. I suppose let's grab these units and move them down the edge of this map because we know that it's clear now. We can always repair mech troops. We just want to try to stop my bio units from taking damage. Taking a big leap of faith here, but I'm assuming there's really going to be nothing else on this part of the map. It seems like the first section of the map is just to destroy this area of Protoss, but let's just keep moving up. We can use the dropship to spot for us. And we want to set our tanks up and try to kill that Reaver before it gets any shots on us. That's going to be really, really important. Okay. Yeah, I really think that this is it. Okay, there's a Dragoon. Okay, so let's move the tanks up. I'm really nervous, because this could go really, really poorly right away. Okay, the main target is the Reaver, that is for sure. So if we can set up the tanks, and as they're sieging, we have them all hit the Reaver. Are we all in range from here? It's really hard to tell. I think if we just move this guy up right here. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, one volley and it's gone. Wonderful. Let's move up with these units and protect the tanks. Okay, one Dragoon, not a big deal. Yeah, let him attack the fire bats too. This is good. Okay, cool. And that... Okay, no, there's more. Of course there's more. We should have enough AA here. We took a little damage on one Marine, but otherwise it looks like we're in very, very good shape. Let's scout down here a little bit and see what's going on, just to see if there's more Protoss units. This looks like it. Okay, let's move up with the tanks. Siege on up. Lovely. Okay, and that should be it. I assume if there were any other units here, they would have come out to attack me. Oh, okay, and there's our SCVs. Can you rescue this command center, please? Yes. Command center, start your floating. We're going to land you, I guess, right here. I just came over to look what was over here. It looks like we have a mostly built base. So let's grab our units and move them over here and see if we can just rescue any other buildings. I rescued the command center. That didn't rescue all the other buildings. Maybe it's possible that it's because it wasn't landed. I'm not really sure, but we don't have control of any of this stuff. Okay, well, we have a bunker here. It's not really that helpful. We actually have a lot of add-ons here. I want to make sure that we take control of all these. Let's look around for as many buildings that we have available, because, again, I have to rescue them individually, it seems like. Okay, and then... Oh, what luck. Okay, that's great. Well, maybe there's more. Let's just check all up around here. And this is, I assume, the big vein of minerals that was spoken of earlier. So this is great. This is very, very good, actually. So let's go ahead and set up our tanks slightly behind this bunker. And then I might scout around with the Wraiths. So because our base isn't really set up right now, I'm feeling like maybe we don't want to be too aggressive because, I mean, well, I'm going to scout first. But the key is, I think, I do want to... Oh, my SCVs. I do want to try to be a little aggressive early, but it depends on where this, where we can find a second base, things like that. So, good lord. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, there's a second geyser, so we could move up and take this up here, like make another command center. But for now, let's just get mining. And I really just want to scout around and see. So we found our second base, and if we can find where the Protoss are, we can start deciding if maybe we want to be attacking into them. I feel a lot less comfortable attacking into a big Protoss base, unless we can find a similar one to the last mission, like that Teal Zerg that was way out in the middle of nowhere and not built up at all. It seems like blue Protoss is our main aggressor right here. Okay, so let's start making this. Go ahead and land our engineering bay. Right there is fine. And let's go ahead and move our barracks down, and let's move our starport down. We do not have a factory, and I would like to make one as soon as possible. So you guys get out of the way, please. And land. And let's go ahead and make a factory. We need to start getting more siege tanks when possible.
Go ahead, Terran. Fire it up.
Okay, and let's just move back with our other units while we wait. Oh, did I lose a Wraith? It got tracked into the other units. Okay, so, wow, this mineral thing, it goes up the entire side of the map. Holy crap. So really, we're just looking for geysers. Minerals will not be a problem. I suppose this Wraith is just sacrificial at this point just to scout out for us, so let's do that. Same with the dropship, though. We might want to hold on to the dropship. Could do some... Okay, all right. Well, it looks like blue Protoss everywhere. Yep, definitely, and that Wraith is gone. So, I'm not feeling too comfortable with being aggressive too early right now because it looks like they're stretched across this entire upper part. Lots of cannons around. I suppose if I got some tanks, more tanks, then I could go. The issue with the last mission is I found a base that was like, I saw the hatchery and the spawning pool, and I saw that they had literally nothing else. So it was worth checking it out. I did not get enough really didn't get enough intel here to tell if that was going to be worth trying or not. So I think I'd rather play this one a little safer. What I would really like to do is take this base as soon as possible. The sooner we could take another Vespene Geyser. And then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and move up. We'll get some more Marines, and we'll make some bunkers and make a new tank line further up the line. So we'll go ahead and get more tanks. So repair this, and this. And repair all of these. Lovely. Okay, and our SCV made it up here, but we used all of our money doing something else in the meantime. It's because I queued up all these Marines. Let's cancel those, and I would love to take this. Again, the sooner we could take this, the better. So let's throw that down. And then we want to make a bunker line, like, kind of right behind this geyser. And we just don't want the Protoss sneaking through, and they're probably going to be able to sneak through in a few locations, so we want to stop them. I'm just going to go ahead and move up with what I have. I feel pretty comfortable with what we've got, so let's move on up here, and this is where our defensive line is going to be, pretty much right at this geyser. And then we've got a lot of room to build buildings. A lot of room to build, so that's great. We'll leave that bunker stocked just in case something gets around us. You know what? I'll get rid of the fire bat in there. Again, this is just there just in case something really goes awry. Okay, you guys move, and let's go ahead and make like a literal tank line here. I just want to move these guys, keep them semi-separated in case zealots get on top of us, things like that. So this. Okay, this should be good. And then what I would like is bunkers up here. And then we've got more tanks coming. So I feel pretty safe at this point. You know, again, we've got like a literal tank line at this point. We're gonna have to build maybe more over on this edge. I'm not really sure. Okay, we went U-238 shells pretty early. Let's go ahead and get +1. Not enough gas. Okay, so let's start mining gas. I should have known. Because not thinking about that at all. I could try to save for nukes and get a nuclear silo on my second command center, but I really don't want to. Okay, we got Dragoons coming. Okay, get in here, please. Please? Okay, well, we're going to lose a tank. Okay, wonderful. So, we just need a lot more Marines to stock in these bunkers. So let's go ahead and rally these up here. And eventually we'll get more tanks as well. But for now, let's just focus on getting saturated. We've got our second base. We took it pretty fast. And frankly, I still am interested in moving out pretty quick. So, like, the sooner we can move, the better. Hotkeying my ComSat stations.
Yes.
Hop in here. I might even get a third bunker. I'm not sure. We just need a solid line of defense here, and I would feel very, very, very safe. Okay, so repair this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I don't know if any of that actually needs to be repaired, but that's fine. Okay, let's get one more SCV on that gas. That might be a little superfluous, but that should be fine. I'm going to get a second engineering bay, more supply depots, and then probably 2 armories. I know that's crazy, but the faster we can get upgrades, the better, as we learned from the Protoss campaign, for sure.
Systems functional.
Okay. Go ahead and hop in here, and again, maybe I'll get another bunker. It just depends on where they're attacking from. It seems like they're solidly coming straight down the middle. It depends on if they try to circumvent me or not. Marine range will help a lot. And we'll get a couple more tanks. 1 or 2 more tanks. We're just waiting on SCVs. So as these all build, we just got to make sure we get them mining. And the nice thing is if they try to find an open mineral patch, they might end up a little closer to my other command center. In fact, it might even be worth building a command center here so that we just we spread out the area where they can return minerals to. So that should be pretty helpful. I'd like to unload, put a fire bed over there. And I'm thinking we just we do a marine tank, some fire bats to deal with zealots as they get on top of us, and we should be in real good shape. So repair this Goliath. And science vessels. I think we probably want science vessels. Go ahead and make this, and science facility. And maybe just for the hell of it, we'll make ghosts. I'm not sure. So what are the attacks looking like here? Pretty large, pretty fast, so I don't regret my decision of trying to be aggressive, or not trying to be aggressive early, because that would have been a big mistake. Good lord, those have a lot of health. Okay, so repair and repair and repair. My tanks are all looking good, and we'll get more tanks. And again, I'm just gonna make a really solid defending force. We have tons and tons of income at this point, so we can afford to just make a really solid defense and then just hold out for a really long time. We are, in fact, Terran, so we can afford to just kind of hang out and let this happen for a while now. So let's do upgrades. We cannot fall behind on upgrades, and in fact, it may be a little too late. We've sort of fallen behind on upgrades, but hey. I think we'll be okay. We do have our science facilities, so we can get +2 and 3 of everything. Covert ops going down. Honestly, we could stock those bunkers with... We could stock the bunkers with ghosts. That would be really, really effective. I can fit 1 more bunker here, and I need a few more Marines and fire bats to fill these out. And we'll get more barracks. And again, we also have just a ton of room to build in the center here. So I still think we're in really, really good shape. As we mine out some of these crystals, our SCVs might start sneaking up more towards the top, which would be bad news for me. That's not what I would like to happen. Okay. You know what? I will build another command center here, and we could throw a nuclear silo on it. I think that'll be great. So let's go ahead and start getting the ghost upgrades to do exactly that. And we could get ghosts and maybe multiple nuclear silos. I don't know. I don't know if we want multiple nuclear silos or just a couple, but there's nothing wrong with just a couple. I will say that. All right, so I'm thinking what we really need are turrets. So we want to flesh out this defense with turrets. We can actually put the turrets in front of the bunkers, because even if Dragoons can outrange maybe the Marines in the bunkers, they'll try to hit the turrets, but our tanks can just blast them from afar. So we should be fine on that front. Okay, and then we'll stock 1 more bunker full up.
You want a piece of me, boy?
You want a piece of me, boy? All right, wonderful. And let's just not slack off on supply depots, because we're going to need those. Now, what would be absolutely catastrophic is if they decided to attack me with a bunch of carriers or scouts down some other area of the map. That would just be horrible. What I'm thinking is we get a group of like 6 to 10 wraiths, and we just have them focus on... we have them focus exclusively on carriers, just in case we start getting hit with carriers. We want to get Titan Reactor and then EMP Shockwave. We can use that when we attack. It'll be really, really effective, specifically against Archons as we find them, and carriers. Really everything Protoss is very, very good. I don't know if this command center is going to actually improve our production. It might. It's just going to allow for faster SCV production. We just have such an insane income right now. It's just incredible. So what I'm going to do is start throwing down barracks.
Yes, sir.
And lots of barracks, lots and lots of factories. We've got room, and we have the money to do it. So let's go ahead and start throwing these down.
I'm listening. In the 5.
Random dropship, why don't you go ahead and scout up in this area. Just scout the whole map.
Upgrade complete.
It might be worth dropping up here just so we can use tanks and seize them from the high ground. I don't know, maybe. Okay, Cloak for Wraiths doesn't feel that necessary right now. Let's go ahead and get Mobius Reactor.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
We get it, upgrades complete. Okay, so this is all of our +1 is done, so now I'm doing +2 of everything. And I want to get to 3-3 quickly.
Go ahead, HQ. Hang on.
Okay, so this is a situation where we could drop tanks on the high ground. Someone had recommended I should have done that last mission, and I'll say again, I really hate, I just don't like drop play. I just don't have any fun with drop play. Just kill this. Free up some supply for me. Okay, so actually destroying these buildings would be really, really helpful. It might be worth... I think what I'm going to do is just start pumping out units like crazy and go. I've got the income. We're going to need depots, but if we have depots and income, we are square. I see right there. Okay, throw down a machine shop.
Yes, sir. Roger that.
Make another factory.
Upgrade complete.
And let's just start making Marines, fire bats, and maybe a ghost. Tanks.
Insufficient.
And gas is going to be the
SCVs.
holdup, so let's just get a lot of barracks, and we can just do like tons and tons of Marines. And we do have to be on the lookout for High Templar, but otherwise we'll be able to handle pretty much everything, I think, with Marines. Nuclear missile is ready.
Affirmative.
Where did I send that SCV to build that supply depot? It seemed pretty far away. I guess let's just do it right here.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Nuclear missile is already ready, which is wonderful. Marines. What I sort of want to do is just make a bunch of ghosts, like a lot of ghosts, which is a waste because they die so fast. It would be hugely wasteful, but kind of funny, right? And I suppose if I got locked down, they'd be pretty good. Okay, EMP Shockwave, and I don't really have much more gas to get more science vessels. I will hotkey the ones that I have. Okay, load up this bunker.
Piece of me, boy.
And you may think, Jay, why are you making so many fire bats? Honestly, I think fire bats are excellent against zealots. They're very good against zealots, and I think some people don't realize it, but they're great. Okay, machine shop.
I read you. You want a piece of
Okay, and let's just start laying down depots everywhere.
You want a piece of me?
Could probably stand to get a few more turrets around this area.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Okay, so this is our attacking force. We're beefing up. And honestly, yeah, probably carriers are the one thing that frightened me the most at this point. If they have carriers and or arbiters. Well, arbiters not as much. If we get Goliaths for arbiters, Goliaths for carriers, we should be fine. But I want to get a lot of those because if we can just wipe them really, really fast, I really don't think anything on the ground is going to have any real impact. I was going to say, they haven't attacked me for a while. Here comes a pretty large attack. This is all gateway units. They're not sending anything else. They are tearing... Oh, Reavers. Okay, I was going to say, they are tearing through my stuff pretty quick. The Reavers have to get in range of my tanks, so I'm not too afraid of them. And it really just depends on which direction they attack from. It seems like sometimes they come from the right, sometimes they come from the left. So I think making this big line was pretty effective. Let's use our extra money to make more tanks. And it's really, I think, just spotting those Reavers, maybe locking them down if I can get more ghosts. We'll see. I mean, I could attack now, or I could attack and wait and get an even larger force. I'm thinking we save and we go and poke in now. Because we have a nice sized force here. I could stand to have more tanks, that's for sure. Because Reavers will just mess me up. Reavers will absolutely mess me up. I'll get a few more. I'll get a couple ghosts, and by a couple I mean more than I need. We'll get a lot of ghosts. We do have a nuke, just sort of in there. I really don't want to negate my defense at all, so I don't plan on it. I think I'm just gonna leave everything that I have here. Just leave it, and they'll be able to handle anything that comes at me. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
I suppose let's start creeping up.
Research.
Got our ghosts.
Delighted to, sir.
And we have to be careful to make sure we only grab an individual specialist unit when we want to cast Lockdown or EMP Shockwave. Because
Destination.
what'll happen is they'll all cast the same thing if you have them all selected, unfortunately. Okay, don't. Oh, God. Oh, here, I've done it. Let's siege up here and see if we can draw out any units. Let's see if they sent out anything to defend this. Because right now it's not really... Okay, well... Yikes. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say there. I'm gonna set up like a blockade here. We can get rid of as many of these High Templar as possible. Again, I will slowly but surely just siege them down and inch a tank line up. And sure, they're gonna send some High Templar at us, but I just need to be more diligent with it. Let's just rally up to this big blob up here. More Marines,
Your forces are under attack.
Goliaths, and I just need to be EMPing up there more. Need to be on the lookout for this stuff. Okay, don't worry about that. EMP. Well, we hit one of them. And that's what happens. I had them both selected and they both shot, unfortunately.
Receiving headquarters.
Identify target.
Okay, so let's just hang out here. In fact, we can keep inching up. I think we've taken out their main defense here. Let's send some SCVs up to repair. We've got a lot of SCVs mining, so we can afford this. Return all your minerals. It's going to bother me if I see you with those when we're up here. So, repair the tanks, please. Stop doing that. Okay, we need to move up with the science vessels. We don't want to be running into issues with cloaked stuff, which seems to be constant at this point. All right, EMP this group. Lovely. Okay, we've seemingly opened Pandora's box at this point. Almost definitely. Arbiters are really, really beefy, so we got to be a little careful. I think I can get +3 of everything now. Probably can't afford it. It's going to be close. Yeah, we're going to be just short on gas, but we'll be able to very, very soon. And against my wishes, the SCV still came up here with holding minerals somehow. Okay.
We have you on visual. Give me something to shoot.
And let's keep inching up with the tanks. Again, we're going to just slowly make progress in one direction or another. Those arbiters are bothersome. What I might do is just go ahead and set up, just get a bunch of, what am I thinking? Oh, a bunch of wraiths just to kind of cover me. I'd love to get rid of that stuff over there. Let's just keep repairing. It's not worth carelessly losing stuff. Oh, we've got a bunch of ghosts here. Get up here, guys. And we can nuke. All right, there's their fleet beacon. We're already pretty close to... I think we're already pretty close to their main area here, so I'd like our... Let's just keep moving our tank line up.
Your forces are under
Lots and
attack.
lots of Goliaths. Okay, they... God damn it. So it seems... I'm pretty sure that High Templar spawn with enough energy... to storm, which is really unfortunate. Okay, let's move on up. Kill that Arbiter, wonderful, and we're gonna get the fleet beacon here. That's gonna be a big deal. We've got our ghosts, which do huge damage, I think huge damage against light units, or small units rather, in StarCraft 1. So it's really not a big problem if we just leave them here. We don't necessarily have to nuke. It seems like everything's very spread out. Okay, so what I'm going to start doing now is start getting that group of wraiths that I was talking about. It's probably too late. We probably don't need them anymore, but I will queue them up. And we can get +3 vehicle plating. Okay, and this is what I call a tank crawl. That's what everybody would call a tank crawl. All right, this looks like a prime target for a nuke. Drop one right here, buddy. Oh, yes. And unlike the last mission, we'll actually watch it drop rather than just disregard it. Yes. And then we'll rebuild it. We're just going to auto-attack directly into these buildings once it's time. Man, it takes a long time, doesn't it? And there it is. Okay. So, I'm thinking we push over to the right, because that's where it seems like there's a big cluster of Protoss buildings. At the same time, they seem just everywhere. So, I'm going to just keep moving up with the tanks. And maybe if they make High Templar, if they had enough to storm with them as they spawn, which I think they might. In that specific case, we might be in trouble. They have another fleet beacon here, actually. We might be in trouble. But other than that, Reavers don't spawn with any Scarabs, so we can kill them as they come out, so I'm fine with that. Let's keep inching up. Let's repair this Goliath, or it's going to die at this very moment. Okay.
Identify destination.
Okay, well, we can do a split push at this point, I think. We've got enough units where we could just auto-attack. This is a very large Protoss base. Very, very large Protoss base. Let's keep moving. There's the Templar Archives. We can get rid of that. There's a huge amount of tech here. We just got a siege up here. There's the carrier I was worried about. Not really worried about, per se, but we got to get up there and kill it. Move up with everybody. EMP it. Okay, lock it down. Okay, cool. And then can we kill this, please? I've actually used all my skills. I mean, only once or twice, but I've done it. There's some shuttles here. I am concerned about this area up here. That may be why I'm building some wraiths. Totally worthless, but I will also make some drop ships. We've got more units here. We got another nuke. Where to drop that? I don't think it matters at this point. Let's send, we don't have a full health ghost, but if we did... Okay, so I'm liking right here. Just gonna help us get rid of this stuff a little faster. Nuclear launch detected. No shit, it was mine. Lock it down, lock it down. Haha! And then you only need a couple Goliaths to take these out once they're locked down. You could EMP them as well. Very unnecessary. Okay, so let's unsiege. I heard that nuke go off. Lovely. So we're moving a tank crawl in different directions. That's pretty much it. And then hopefully once these are all cleaned up, we'll have some dropships ready to take us over to get rid of the remaining buildings. I am not in range of that cannon. I actually thought I would be there at the end. All right, let's rebuild the nuke. I should have just built a bunch. I should have just built a shit ton of command centers. I really should have. That would have been pretty fun. Because then we could have just, like, nuked non-stop. Yeah, so these bases weren't that heavily defended. And while I did wait a reasonable amount of time to attack, I think maybe any longer and we would have run into a few problems. So this was probably fine. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, it looks like we're going to have some buildings up there, unfortunately. So let's, I'm pretty sure EMP Shockwave doesn't work against buildings, I think, but let's try it. I really don't think this works. Yeah, much target units. Oh, wait, no. It does work.
Receiving headquarters.
So there's just a group of cannons here. Of course, we can siege them down from behind the minerals. So let's do that. We can spot with the science vessels.
We have you on visual.
Science vessels getting kind of low. I should repair those. Wow, really? Look at the range on those cannons. Holy crap. Wow. That's some crazy range. I mean, it's not that crazy, but it seems further than I would have expected, that's for sure. We have one dropship. Where are you? It's moving up here. I'm just going to pick up some tanks. I think that's all we really need to do. We just pick up a few tanks. We've got 2 dropships, actually. Pick up these 2 tanks. Pick up the Goliaths. You guys are the lucky winners.
Destination.
Destination.
I take your order.
Okay, so let's swing up here, and we will just keep killing. Well, this looks like it. It's these 2 buildings, so let's just do it. We can't quite reach them with siege tanks, so we had to make a dropship just for this. Just kill the cannon. You know what? 4 Goliaths can kill a cannon. Wonderful. Apparently with a casualty. I wouldn't have expected that, but hey, we did it. Alrighty, well, hey, the mineral thing, very interesting. It certainly allowed me to make just an absolute ass ton of stuff. So, considering there was really no resource constraints on this map, I was able to beat it fairly quickly, fairly safely, and fairly efficiently. So, yeah, I took my time a little bit, but those High Templar just ate me up. I moved my units up, and I just wasn't poised with my science vessels. If you're poised to EMP those High Templar, at most they'll storm 1 time, and you'll probably be fine. Alrighty, well, hey, this has been JayborinoPlays. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye now.